King Snub Sussexes to grant his godson new role at realignment of military appointments amongst royals. King Charles III has reshuffled a number of military appointments for working members of the royal family ahead of the anniversary of the late Queen. There are no positions for the King's second son, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Harry, a former soldier who served in Afghanistan, and his wife Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, are no longer working members of the royal family. He lost his military roles after stepping down as a senior working royal in 2020. Meanwhile, King Charles' godson, Westminster Duke, also received a new title, which angered Meghan when the king ignored his biological son to give the title to his adopted son. But it was well deserved, as he has made many contributions to the royal family over the years. Before that, the Duke of Westminster, godson to the king and godfather of Prince George, will join the procession that will lead the king and queen into the abbey. Royal fans were quick to troll Prince Harry as soon as further details of the coronation procession were released. When the godson makes the procession, but the actual overseas son doesn't, said a royal fan. The Duke of Westminster, Hugh Grosvenor, was famously described by his father as being born with the longest silver spoon anyone can have. Grosvenor owns more than 300 acres of some of London's fanciest properties in Mayfair and Belgravia as part of a global family-owned property empire valued at £9.5 billion, making him the third richest person in the UK, and according to Tatler, the country's most eligible bachelor. Grosvenor, who is close friends with William and godfather to Prince George. As well as taking on a host of new titles himself, other members of the royal family, including Prince William and Princess Kate, have been allocated new roles. Charles' post-succession housekeeping also includes handing over to the disgraced Duke of York's previous roles to Kate and the Duchess of Edinburgh. The late Queen, who died a year ago next month, held more than 50 ranks and appointments in the UK and Commonwealth Armed Services. This is the second wave of alterations to various military appointments after another was made in December of 2022. Buckingham Palace said at the time, following His Majesty's accession, the King is pleased to announce further military appointments for working members of the royal family. The new appointments will continue to reflect the close relationship between the armed forces and the royal family in His Majesty's reign. The roles highlight the key members of the working royal family who are supporting the king in his duties. Charles has taken over 8 of his mother's former honorary posts himself and has shared some of his own affiliations now that he's king. Taking on his mother's duties, Charles, who is head of the armed forces as well as head of the state, Kate becomes Commodore-in-Chief of the Fleet Air Arm, a role held by Prince Andrew before he had to return them. The Princess of Wales also takes over from her husband William as Royal Honorary Air Commodore of RAF Coningsby, an appointment held since 2008. Kate will also take on the role of new Colonel-in-Chief of the 1st Queen Dragon's Guards, known as the Welsh Cavalry, a duty which was carried out by her father-in-law Charles when he was the Prince of Wales.